Yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Hope you guys are off to a nice little start here on the Wednesday morning. Appreciate you guys grabbing that cup of Joe and hanging out with me here. Talk some sports, talk some sports betting, have some fun. We've got a absolute loaded show on tap on today's show. It's one of those days where you do the research and you're just like, yeah, I like that play. I like that one. I like that one. Hell, I'm gonna bet that one too because I like them all the plays I liked. So we got a big old card on today. Let's go ahead and talk our way through it. Before we make sure we, of course, go ahead and do that. Let's, of course, make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday. Unfortunately, we will not be ringing the cash register today. We suffered a little bit of a loss, 2-2, and you know, whether you go 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, most of those days they use the term juiced out, unless you've got a really good plus money winner of one of your wins, you're pretty much going to be juiced out. And that's what's happened to us yesterday there and going 2-2. The Guardians obviously did not defeat the Yankees, so we lost our series win bet. Roughed up first inning right there by Savali, obviously giving up that 3-run home run. Otherwise, I would think it's the game that, most of us think was going to happen, predict that's going to happen. Postseason baseball, you get unders. And the unders certainly hit, even with giving up 3 runs in the first inning. That's what you see. Everybody's on a short hook. Just look at Savali. He didn't get out of the first inning. 2 hits and a walk, and you're out of there. Everybody's on a short hook. So not surprised that the game stayed under the game total there of under 7. It's just unfortunate, though, that the Guardians couldn't quite pull out that win. Got a damn good bullpen. You saw it again last night. That bullpen is elite. But unfortunately, that offense couldn't quite come through for enough, so they'll be sent home by the Yankees. Now we get the Yankees taking on the cheaters. I'll be a Yankees fan now. I don't want any part of the Astros. I don't really have any skin in the game, whether it's from like a fandom or betting-wise. Just don't like anything about the Astros, so hopefully the Yankees can go ahead and knock them off. But in that game yesterday, how about Nestor Cortes under 4.5 Ks? That was the hammer of the day that we talked about yesterday. What are we talking about? No way he was going anywhere near 92 pitches, 61 pitches, and cruising through 5 innings, and he got the hook. Of course he got the hook. He was only pitching on 3 days rest, so he stayed under 4.5 Ks very, very easily. We did drop our only soccer play yesterday, Crystal Palace and Wolves, under 2.5 goals. Just one of those bets that, unfortunately didn't go your way, as Crystal Palace got the win at Selhurst Park 2-1. Got one, not really late. It was in the 70th minute, so I wouldn't call that a late winner and a tough beat. It just didn't quite go our way, but we came back with a cash cow. That's right. His name is Connor McDavid. Now 3-0. Guys, hit that like button. If you're just tailing Kaprizov and McDavid, let me know by hitting that like button. And you may not know a damn thing like hockey like I do, but we're just taking what's worked and we keep on playing it. We told you we weren't going to see if that was going to be a trend. Now, we're going to bet that one right out of the gate. And again, we're 3-0 betting Connor McDavid. You see on the screenshot there that it is a parlay. Connor McDavid came out at -160, so we had to put in a couple juice reducers. We picked, I don't even know what it was, 2 or 3 hockey games. We said both teams to score in those hockey games, and both teams did score, and however many hockey games it was, 2 or 3. And that brought us down from -160 all the way down to -117. So we got a great cash right there, and only went over by one number. He got 4 shots on goal. So again, another number, just like our guy Kaprizov that we're betting, and we're 3-0 betting Kaprizov. We should continue to get 3.5 shots on goal with Connor McDavid. Those are an absolute gems. Again, guys, drop a comment. Let me know if you're tailing those. Hopefully you are. Those 2 guys. Again, even if you weren't around the program last NHL season, you're seeing it quickly that those 2 guys are being right back to being cash cows. So, all right, down on the day, down 0.45 units, now down a little bit on the week, down 0.22 units. And, of course, we've got arbitrage money. Speaking of arbitrage money, you guys remember yesterday we put in that NBA free roll? Heartbreak right there, fellas. We were so damn close. Under 54.5 points went ahead and came through. There was only 53 points in the first quarter. It's always just crazy how damn accurate the sports books get. It doesn't matter if you go overs or unders. Your shit's always right around the hook, and you're always in for a sweat. But 53 points, went ahead and cashed under 54.5. Al Horford, he stayed up under 9.5 points. He only had 6. But in true parlay fashion, you only miss one leg, and you only miss it by on the hook. PJ Tucker needed under 5.5 points. He got 6 points. So we did not go ahead and cash our sweat-free NBA same-game parlay. It was spent with arbitrage money. Now that $11 is just a free bet sitting on FanDuel, I'm feeling an NBA player prop. I'm going to take it slow here on the NBA season, but I want to bet NBA player props just like you guys do. We've got guys that we're familiar with last season. I wouldn't quite call them cash cows. That's why I'm not willing to just bet them out of the gate like we did Kaprizov and like we're doing Connor McDavid. The NBA players, we had success, but nobody that I'm going to put in the realm of a cash cow. So just going to play it a little bit slow. One of them is CJ McCollum. Everybody knows our guy CJ McCollum. He's now, of course, a Pelican, but maybe we'll drop him in a free roll. You also got Luguentz Dort there for the Oklahoma Thunder. He's one of our cash cows. Evan Mobley there of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Boy, he was really good to his last NBA season. So maybe look for me a little bit later on Twitter to take a couple of these 3-4 NBA player props and these guys that we know from last season had success more times than not. See if we can't drop them in a parlay and use that free bet that we've got over there at FanDuel. But tough. Man, I thought when that first quarter sailed under 54.5 points, I said, oh yeah. Horford and Tucker both had 0 points at the end of the first quarter. I said, oh shit, this bet's actually going to hit. Like, I'm going to hit my first NBA, but NBA's tough, and it's crazy how accurate these sports books are with the NBA numbers. So couldn't quite get that right there. Hey, I am going to go ahead and bet some NBA, though, tonight. I want to bet the NBA just like you guys did. You guys know player props can be tough in the NBA, but where was my success last season? It was betting overs and unders in the NBA. One of the strategies we were successful with, amongst several strategies we had within the NBA season, was just taking 2 games and dropping their total either up or down, depending on if you're on the over or under, and parlaying 2 games together. So let's just go ahead. We got a nice full NBA slate today. Let's go with teams that were good to us last season, whether that was cash in the over, cash in the under. Let's do a couple parlays today in the NBA. So let's go ahead and throw the first one up. Let's go ahead and do Magic Pistons. We'll take an alternate line and go under 229.5 points. We'll parlay that with the over in Rockets Hawks over 225.5 points. And these are teaser lines, so we don't need a lot of analysis, but Pistons Magic, they were good last season staying under, and Hawks Rockets, those were 2 teams that were good going over. So it's a natural pairing of parlaying those 2 teams together. And then let's go ahead and do one more. 4 teams that were really good to us last season on the over. Let's go over 221.5 points between the Pelicans and the Nets. And let's go over 201.5 points there between the Cavaliers and Raptors, and that one's at minus 118. So we do have some NBA action tonight. We've got 2 parlays to go ahead and root for points and then not root for points in one of the games. Love to see that. I can't wait to start off the NBA season 2-0 with you guys. We're very, very looking forward to that. So that's how we'll roll there on the NBA tonight. Well before the NBA starts, and about, looking at it right here on the tablet, looks like Rune's match is going to start at 10. So there's plenty of time to get this bet in. Absolutely plenty of time. It's in the APT Stockholm. I tweeted it out earlier this morning. We're going to take Rune to win the match 2-0. He's going to win this thing. He's not going to drop a set. He's going to kick his butt. Garin, he started beating this guy 6-3, 6-1. That was on clay. The Chilean's preferred surface is clay. And again, he got beat 6-3, 6-1 earlier this season against Rune. Now let's not make it sound like Rune is some, indoor hardcore, professional, or not professional, but like really like a standout guy on the hard court. The fact is, though, he beat Garin on his preferred surface, which is clay, and beat him 6-3, 6-1 on his preferred surface. I think on the indoor here on the hard court where Rune is just as good, I expect him to do the job here against Garin. So go ahead and bet him accordingly to win that match in straight sets. And you can get that one over at FanDuel, as you can see. We got a nice soccer slate today, guys, and I am absolutely pumped up. One team you won't see on the soccer bets is Bayern. Bayern's in action today, but this is a team that rotates heavy when they go to the Pokal German Cup. So this team, we're just going to need to see lineups. Certainly an opponent in Augsburg that they should handle, even though they're on the road. This is a match that certainly they should handle. We just need to see what the squad rotation looks like and who's going to be involved in that match. So no bet on Bayern just yet. Maybe you can get one a little bit later on Twitter, but we do have bets in the Premier League and in La Liga today. Let's go ahead and throw those up on the screen. We're going to go ahead and roll with that Newcastle money line. We talked about that one yesterday as they take on Everton. Let's go ahead and add Chelsea on that money line. They're taking on Brentford, just hopping on that Chelsea train, just doing nothing but good up under Graham Potter. It's a road game, but I still think it's a road game that they should be able to handle. They're significantly better, than Brentford. So maybe Brentford gets a goal because they're at home, and that's not going to surprise me. But Chelsea should be able to find 2 or 3 goals in this fixture. So I like Chelsea on the money line. They're at Old Trafford today between Manchester United and Tottenham. I'm going over 2.5 goals. This one's cash in the last several head-to-heads. United's had the upper hand. I think both teams with score can go ahead and hit. But you've seen in this head-to-head, United's won this one 3-0 not too long ago. So you can get a scenario where one of these two opponents just gets their setup right, gets their tactics right, and maybe they get all 3 goals. So not going to add both teams to score, even though that's a leg that I think will certainly hit. I'm just going to go ahead and roll with over 2.5. And then we're going to go ahead and do a Premier League parlay. Leicester at the King Power Stadium. Leeds is coming into town. This game's going to have absolute goals. I mean, talk about two teams that score and concede. There's a reason why, the prices are juicy. But I just don't think Leicester can drop a point here or drop all the points here at the King Power Stadium. Leeds is not going to come in and beat them. Will they pull out a draw? Maybe, and that's just fine with me because I've got Leicester to win the match and Leicester to draw. And then we'll parlay that with Fulham versus Aston Villa over 1.5 goals. No, Villa has maybe not been scoring, but this is Fulham, right? They're not even a Premier League team. This is a team that's come up from the Championship. Although Fulham is looking damn good, they are scoring an absolute ton. I expect Fulham could cover this over 1.5, I think, all on their own right. But I do think Villa maybe gets off their snide a little bit against a team that's not a real Premier League established team. And I think Villa can chip in there with getting this over 1.5. And that parlay of Leicester on the double chance, over 1.5 goals there, and Fulham Villa comes in at minus 124. Let's go ahead now and flip it over to La Liga. Real Madrid, they're taking on Elche. Well, they're in 20th place. And Real Madrid is in first place. Do we really need to do a whole hell of a lot of analysis? We already know Real Madrid is the best club in the world. They won the Champions League last year. They're in first place, and this team is in dead last and 20th. So I'm going to go ahead and parlay Real Madrid money line, parlay that with under 4.5 goals in that match at minus 136. Within that same match, I think Elche is going to have over 2.5 cards. This was a team going into match week number 10 that had the most cards in all of La Liga, 36. These guys are just racking up cards in an absurd round. 3 of those are red cards. All the other ones are yellow cards. We get a ref here that averages 5.8 cards per match. Ooh, I love their team total over 2.5 cards, so we'll bet that one accordingly. Then we'll do a parlay of 2 more teams, 2 more fixtures here in La Liga that are just card happy in one of them. And Valverde and Celta Vigo over 4.5 cards. They've got a referee in their match that averages 6 cards per game. These 2 clubs are card heavy, whether it's on the season or in their head-to-head, they're card heavy, so love that one. And then Cadiz Betis, 2 teams that don't draw any cards, and they got a referee that's going to be doing their match that only averages 3.8 cards per match. So I think going under 6.5 is more than within reason right there. So we'll get that parlay at minus 106 over FanDuel. So that's how we'll roll today in soccer. Let's go ahead and jump on into the comment section, and then let's get to some more NFL bets that we want to go ahead and lock in before the weekend comes. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's have a day. Let's have a day, Brian. It's a CJ day. CJ McCollum thing. I'm going to work him into a free roll. You know it. Got to work our guy CJ McCollum into a free roll at some point. I just don't feel strong to just jump in with the player props quite yet. I mean, you guys even saw the GOAT. You guys probably follow him on social media, the prop bet guy. Yeah, he went 1-2 yesterday and lost money betting NBA props, and he's probably the best out there that does it. It's first day, first night in the NBA. Just want to take it a little bit slow right there. You parlayed under 7.5 with under 4.5 and a nice win. Love to see that right there. I wish that under 7.5 would have been the real line as 2 days ago, or I would have been on it. But we talked about why I wasn't on it. Just wasn't willing to pay the price. Connor McDavid, baby. Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get Real Madrid. We should get an NBA league on. You're probably talking about the NBC Sports Predictor app, if that's what you're talking about. I just don't have any time to create videos and do the amount of research that it takes to get that going. All right, let's go ahead and crank out some NFL bets. We already talked about earlier this week some NFL spread bets. I've got some NFL winners, just straight up money lines. I'm going to go ahead and try and do an NFL moneyline parlay, guys. I know I've lost my last, 3 NFL moneyline parlays. These things have not been cool to me, but this one's like, I can't see it losing. I can't see it losing. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. Of course, the spread bets we'll go ahead and save for Friday, and of course, we even talked about them yesterday. Titans are going up against the Colts. Love everything about Titans going up against the Colts. They've kicked their ass the last 4 or 5 times. This one's in Tennessee. They're coming off a bye. Love everything about the Titans this week against the Colts. And then the can't-miss moneyline parlays, Raiders. They're taking on the Texans. Come on, we're beating the Texans. We're beating the Texans. And Cowboys against the Lions. Look, maybe Dak Prescott is a little bit rusty coming off the injury. I could really care less. That Cowboys defense is going to shut up Jared Goff. He's probably going to throw 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, probably have a fumble. I mean, Jared Goff against this Cowboys defense, are you kidding me? The Cowboys defense can win this match all up on their own. So, all right, be cool. Be cool, moneyline parlay. Give me those Raiders. Give me those Cowboys at -129. And obviously, you can see you got that one at MGM. Otherwise, guys, I'd say that's all we have today. But we got a tennis bet, we got 7 soccer bets, and 2 NBA over and under. So that's 10 bets right there on this Wednesday. I'm going to turn Wednesday into a profitable day. I really look forward to just hitting the cash counter with you guys a little bit later on. So that's how we're doing it. I don't have anything else here on the notes. I don't have any more of the screenshots that I've shown. That's it. It's just time to cook up a parlay. Uh-oh. He's already announced it, boys. All right. So, half my parlay is safe because Dad does not lose in the Survivor. That's all Dad does is crank out winners. So, that's a golden winner right there. That's a golden. So, now I just got to sweat the Cowboys against the Lions. All right, Dad. Good luck. I think your Raiders is... I think it's a good pick, obviously. I've got them in a moneyline parlay. So, fully expect the Raiders to handle the Texans at home. So, nice pick. Nice pick. Good luck. Hopefully that one will come through for you. All right, fellas. That's it. I'm quite frankly looking forward to cashing with you guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys multiple. This is one of those days where we can go to the cash counters 6 times throughout the day because everything's kind of spread out. We've got action throughout the day, and it all starts at about 10 a.m. Central Time. But tennis start times are about not reliable. I'm not quite sure. It's a little early in the morning to think of a funny joke, but you can't rely on tennis start times. But either way, we get some action. It should be starting very, very shortly. So, all right, fellas, that's how we'll go do it today. Go ahead and lock in these winners. You had me until the Lions. Well, you always have these people that comment on your videos. They're like, well, they'll comment after the fact, like, this is the one day I decided to tail and it lost. I always want to say to those people, well, get the F out of here then. If you're that guy, and John's not that guy. John's been hanging around here for several years, so I'm not saying John is that guy, but sometimes those people are like, get away from me and go tail somebody else's crap, man. If you're that guy with the bad mojo. John's not that guy with the bad mojo. John. All right, we'll end it right here on everybody getting some good luck. I love the vibes that DJN is spitting out. That's what we'll go ahead and do it with. All right, fellas, enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.